As an aviation enthusiast, I've never been on a train before. I've always wanted to ride on a train and see what this form of transportation is all about. As I was planning a fun winter trip, I thought integrating Amtrak's Heartland Flyer into my plans from Oklahoma City to Fort Worth, Texas would be a great way to try Amtrak for the very first time. Join me as we become rail fan enthusiasts for a day. Let's get into this, everybody. Welcome to Oklahoma City's Amtrak station. I'm not an expert, but this station did look very cool with the various signs, nostalgia, and everything in between. Before I knew it, it was time to kick off my first train ride and board the Heartland Flyer. So let's get into this, everybody. And here's our train for today. The Heartland Flyer utilizes two P42 DC locomotives, one of which on this day was number 28. Unfortunately, I was not able to get the number of the lead locomotive in the front. In addition, two Superline coaches can be found, number 34052 and 35005. With our locomotives and coaches established, let's go get on board, everybody. And welcome on board, everybody. Super excited to be on my first train here. A very unique experience. So let's take a look at the seat here real quick. So here's the tray table, much larger than an airline seat, so that's certainly very cool. And also the footrest, super nice to see that as well, which is absolutely fantastic there. Really nice seat, very comfortable. The recline was excellent on it. And take a look at downtown Oklahoma City, yes. And just like that, we are off to Fort Worth, Texas, everybody. For those who don't know, Amtrak has a huge network of trains in the United States and one of the main transportation forms in the United States. The Heartland Flyer is one of the shorter routes in the network, coming in about 4 hours. The route features 6 stops: Norman, Purcell, Pauls Valley, Ardmore, and Gainesville. Amtrak's Heartland Flyer is a nice route but not known for its scenery, with only a short path of interesting geographic features. During my ride on the Heartland Flyer, there were some nice landmarks and observations out the window on this beautiful winter day. We started off strong with the downtown Oklahoma City landscape looking as good as ever, which led us into passing by the University of Oklahoma, as their airport and football stadium looked fantastic this morning as well. Following that, checking out the snack area and using the restroom went well, and Amtrak had adequate facilities for such. We passed by the Pauls Valley station, which hosted a really nice steam engine and cabooses, followed by finding some good old countryside with some cows and tractors along the way. Running into some cool scenery would lead us to our next stop in Ardmore, the last of which in Oklahoma. It was nice to get a chance to step outside and stretch my legs during this stop. We were quickly back on the rails, leading to a very cool moment crossing the Red River. The river that borders Oklahoma and Texas is indeed where my YouTube username comes from, and I really enjoyed seeing the river on the ground for the first time since 2019. Alrighty, everybody, let's take a look here at the safety card real quick. So this is the only seatback content. I'm sure this may have came off the pandemic, but I'm not completely sure. But really cool to see the various characteristics that flow over from planes, but also different with the doors and exits and everything. Also worth noting that the Heartland Flyer has 3 cars during the summer and 2 cars during the winter for passengers. So just a little note I thought I would make there. But yeah, really cool safety card with some various touches that make it really unique from an airplane. So cool job here by Amtrak, very cool. Following the safety card assessment, Texas houses were on full display, and a C-130 dove in out of nowhere, presumably flying into the Fort Worth Alliance Airport. More train findings came into view with some tanker cars and some more cabooses before seeing the city of Fort Worth come into sight. To round out the ride, we passed by the Fort Worth McKesham Airport and saw some pretty sweet private jets, which would lead us into the Fort Worth train station. Alrighty everybody, so welcome to Fort Worth Station, where that concludes the Heartland Flyer. So let's give some thoughts here. So certainly really cool to ride on Amtrak for the first time. This has been something that I've always really wanted to do, so was really glad to get to do this here at the Amtrak today from Oklahoma City to Fort Worth, and I was pleasantly surprised. You know, it was a really solid experience. It's not like you were going to expect anything out of this, since this is one of their lower tier trains in the whole network, but at the same time it was still a nice form of transportation. It was cool to see the conductors come by and everything, so that was certainly nice. The views were pretty decent considering the route. I thought that one segment in there about halfway was really nice. Outside of that, you know, just your normal farmland and everything. I'm sure this would be really nice during the fall months, especially when all the leaves were falling, but obviously during the winter everything was kind of dead, so there wasn't too much there, but at the same time there were some nice views, and especially seeing the tractor and the cows were cool during this time of the year as well. It also was really cool to get to see the various stations on the route, like Purcell, Pauls Valley, Ardmore, Gainesville, and Norman. Really cool to see all those. I've been to all those cities before and didn't really know that they had a train station until I really looked into this, getting it booked and everything. So that was really cool and great to see the various just the various characteristics of what it's like to ride a train. You know, I did the Polar Express little ride deal that they have for people back when I was a kid, but I've never really got the actual train ride before, so this was really cool to get the experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed the way that I formatted it. Thought it would be a decent way to kind of consolidate the experience, because, you know, again, it was kind of challenging because I'm used to making airplane trip reports, not train trip reports, so it was challenging to pick, you know, what do we want to talk about here, and I kind of tried to compare it to the best of my ability, but there certainly wasn't like a takeoff, a landing. You know, it was a fairly different experience, but it was a good way to get around, and certainly a very affordable one, as I think I only paid like $30 for this one-way ticket, so I was very satisfied. Amtrak did a really good job. So for all my train fans, I have really good news for you, as you can expect more train trip reports to come. Alrighty, so interrupting myself real quick because I forgot to mention this, we ended up taking the Trinity Rail Express from the Fort Worth station over to the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport station. So that's how we got between Fort Worth and DFW, for your curious. So expect a DFW public transportation video. We're going to cover DART, Trinity Rail Express, and TexRail here in the future, so very excited for that, but just wanted to clarify that before we talk about the next points that I make, so everything makes sense. So TexRail was great, really great, and I'll play some clips here to kind of fill the void until that video comes out. So let's get back into this. We're going to be doing, ironically, the Texas Eagle from Fort Worth to Dallas here. That's coming up soon. That was a really neat ride, so expect that. And also the Amtrak, I think it's the, I'm forgetting how to say it. It's the lake from Seattle to Vancouver, and of course I'm slipping on it, but I did that ride as well, and that was really good, so expect a video there in the future on that one as well, and a really big one coming up, so stay on the lookout for it, and we'll certainly blow away whatever we did here. So certainly a different experience, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. We'll be diving right back into the airplane content, as we'll have a Admirals Club video coming up. Very excited about that, in addition to another DFW spotting video leading into an American Airlines Boeing 787-9 trip report from Dallas to Miami. So I hope all my AVGeeks are looking forward to that, but really cool to deviate here and make this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this as we kick off the Dallas, Miami, and Atlanta trip from January 2023. Super fun trip, and I hope you guys are excited for more content on the come. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do? My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.